Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. My name is Jade, and this is How to App on iOS. And today, we're going to be playing around with a little thing I like to call it's a digital metal machine. And we're going to make a song with it. We are going to make a song with this thing. It's going to be good times. Let's go. Hello, welcome to the show. My name is... I keep doing that. I've moved all my buttons. My name is... I'll do that one more time. Wait. Now you see me, now you don't. My name is Jade. This is How to App on iOS. And I hope you're all doing well. Yeah. So today we're looking at this really cool standalone app. This is not an AUV3. This is a standalone. You have to export music from it. But we'll get into that in a second. I'd like to welcome our Wart Warriors. You can become a Wart Warrior down below by clicking the join button. Man, do we have some Wart Warriors? We hit yesterday. Let me have a look. Let me just check and make sure this is right, because it's pretty astounding. And I have to thank all of you for becoming Wart Warriors and staying on board, because I can give you the grand total of Wart Warriors memberships at the moment. I need a drum roll. I think I need a drum roll for this. Currently, we are at 100 exactly members. So... awesome stuff. Thank you so very much for being a member, staying a member, and all of that jazz. It really does help, and it's awesome. I'm blown away. So thank you so very much. Let me drop that screen down and get back here. It's just, I'm blown away. Hey, and then there's the 100 emojis. Good to see you guys enjoying the emojis, dancing around the screen as well. There's only two of us who have it. It's me and Valerie, since I gave Valerie the secret of the floating emojis. Anyway, all right, let's say hello to you all in the chat. By the way, too, thank you for supporting the rant yesterday for the first episode. That was so cool to see that people enjoyed it. We've already got the second one ready to go for next week, so that's cool. I can tell you what the second one is. It's already up, locked and loaded. Achievement unlocked. What's it about? You're going to have to come along to find out what next week's rant is all about, which is every Sunday. Hello, Thomas Christ, the host with the most, the moderator with the odorator. It is Thomas Christ. He's a legend. What would we do without Thomas? Me and Russ were just talking about that. Rise of Dark Leela, who just finished another fantabulous show like she does every week. She got 2 more shows coming up during this week where she dazzles you every evening, morning, whatever, wherever you are before my show. So thank you, Leela. Ed B. Metal's here. Of course, Ed's here. He wants to hear some Digi-Metal today. Many Vibes, Ed B. Metal. Who else do I see who's here? I see Michael. Hello to you. And Andy, what's happening? I think I saw Clay here earlier before the show kicked off. There's Clay. Hello. Brad Example. Hello, Brad. Just sent Brad a gift in the mail yesterday. He'll be getting that in about 35 weeks, knowing the mail to Canada. Good times. All right, let's jump in because we got a little bit to cover today with this. Hello, Clay. Clay's here. Clay's ready to go. All right. Where am I? Let me have some coffee. Cheers. Whatever you're drinking. Because we're going to make some doom death metal today. And it's going to be good fun. I don't know what's going to happen. But it's going to be exciting. Let's jump over to the Beat Community like we do every morning. TheBeatCommunity.com is a fantastic resource for desktop iOS apps, samples, expansion packs for whatever computer you've got, whatever's happening. You can see across the top here. So it is thebeatcommunity.com. Save it to your save list. Check it every day. There's updates for desktop software, samples and expansions, iOS tutorials, lots of bargains. So if you're wanting to save a few dollars, it's a really good idea to bookmark this website and check it, because the thing that you may be wanting to buy could be on sale, and they'll let you know. Here, Sample Whiz, for example, is on sale, and it's a wonderful app itself. Steinberg have price dropped Cubasis across iOS. I suppose they had to, with Logic dominating. Copperhead by 4 Pockets is on sale. Versin have updated a brand new module for their Terra Pro called FM7, which I already have, but we won't be looking at it till next week because there's just so much going on. Beep Street have dropped Dagger, and I'll be messing about with that on Wednesday. You won't want to miss it. It is a killer synth. It is so nice. Yeah. Let's look at some price drops. As you heard, Sample Whiz is on sale, Cubasis on sale. And this 2XB303 bass sequencer, this is an app by the developer of what we're looking at today. So he makes a whole bunch of these, I guess, music creation standalone apps, yeah? Just remember they're not AUV3s. And what else? We got a Theremin here on sale. I wonder what that's like. Blease have got a whole bunch of apps on sale. Hello, Pete Johns. Pete Johns will follow me today with Garage Band Weekly, and he's going to be taking a look at BandLab. Yes, I said that. BandLab. Oh, dear. Lucky you get me in the corner only doing that, because it's horrifying up really close. What am I doing? I don't know. This show's ridiculous. It always is ridiculous. If you're watching on the replay, I apologize, but hit the subscribe, do the like. It helps. Today we're looking at this. So this popped up in my feed, right? pUnKGeN Thrash Riff Sequencer. And I was like, what's that? I'll have to get in a little bit of that. And I did. And I jumped over and was like, I actually paid for this, so I bought this. $3.99 it is. In Australia, I think it was $6. So I bought it. And unfortunately, when I loaded it up, there was an issue. It wasn't working. There was this problem with it, and it kept crashing. And I was like, what the hell? And I contacted the developer, and Rob, he's awesome. And he was like, oh, I don't know why it's crashing. And we had emails back and forth with each other for about an hour. And I worked out that it was every time I plugged in my audio interface, it crashed. So I was able to send him crash logs. And what do you know, within a couple of hours, he had put me on his beta, on his test flight, and we got it fixed. Man, I love developers who are that accessible and will work with you through stuff. So trust me, folks, if you ever come up with an app or anything, even on PC or Mac or your iPad, and there's a problem, don't go over to the App Store and type a bunch of hoo-ha. There's always a little link that says contact the developer. Send them an email, let them know. They'll fix it. They're good people, our developers. They look after us, yeah? So this thing's $3.99, and boy, is it a load of fun, because I've been listening to a lot of Digi Thrash. Now, if you don't know what Digi Thrash is, it's that really super MIDI guitar, which doesn't sound like a real guitar kind of thing. So it's very digital, and it's kind of fun. And, you know, back in the day, if you heard somebody releasing something like this, you'd go, what the hell is that? But Digi Thrash has become a genre, and I'm digging it because I like FMC and like really quirky, silly stuff. So Digi Thrash is what we're going to be making today. Midi Metal, yeah. And thank you, Thomas, for putting the link in there. So this thing is fun, and we're going to dive into it now. I wish, though, this is the manual. Rob, I'd love to see a manual. It's a little bit more organized than this. There's going to be things I'm not sure of how to do today, so bear with me. Because, yeah, that's the manual. We could have a better manual, but all right. Let me show you what I made last night in about 10 minutes with it. So, obviously, I've imported or exported into Logic what I made last night, and this is called Trapped. This was 10 minutes of messing with this app. Hey, what's going on, Felcro? All right, you ready for some doom? Let's do it. Oh, why am I trapped within these walls? Nobody hears my scream. Don't silent alone in my new home. I cannot breathe. Nobody listen to me. Nobody knows I'm alive. Nobody hears my silent scream. Trapped within this clouded dream. In this clouded void, nobody sees me. In this clouded void, nobody hears me scream. Oh, why am I drowned within these walls? Nobody hears my silent screams. Still silent in my new home. Oh, Lord, nobody listen to me. All right, we get the idea. We get the idea. Let's do a fade and make it sound professional and just stopping it. So we'll get out of here. We'll close down Logic. We don't need it right now. We don't need Logic. We don't need you. Let's open up this thing. So here it is down the bottom in my system tray. Let's open it up. And that riff is still here ready to go. So now it looks a little bit complicated. And without a decent manual, but thankfully the developer has a couple of videos up on his channel to show you how to do it. I'd already worked out most of it. There's a few things I still don't understand, like maybe exporting Midi. I'm still haven't got my head around it, but over time I think we may work it out in today's show. Who knows? The one thing I can tell you is it does have down the bottom here Ableton Link. So you can Ableton Link this to a computer if you wanted. You could link this. You can actually Ableton link it into Logic and control the transport. So if you turn this on, you got in-app notifications, start, sync, stop. So if you had Logic open, I just haven't worked out how to send the MIDI there yet. So we'll turn that off for now. This is the interface. I love it because it kind of looks quite childish. And Digi-Metal is very childish in my opinion, but it's fun, and that's why I like it. So we've got a play button up the top here, top right-hand corner. So if I hit play, yeah. Let's try it again. Now it's faster. Let's try it again. So it is like, it totally is chiptune, and it kind of feels like chiptune in a way. Alrighty. Hello, George. What's going on? Hello, everybody. All right, let's get into what this is. So I'm going to clear this out. So let me explain the interface a little bit. So down the bottom we have these guitars. So you've got two guitar tracks. So you can click between them and see these little coloured lines kind of change. You've got a bass, you've got a synth, you've got 2 drum tracks. Why are there 2 drum tracks? Because you can only fill, we'll get to this, you can only fill one space at a time. So if you need alternative stuff like hi-hats and cymbals, you need to put them on the second drum, and the kicks and everything you put on the first drum. So you can see here, we've got kicks and snare here, and we've got hi-hats over on this one. So I'm going to go in and clear this all out. Let's hit clear track. So up the top here, we've got this little clear track. Everything's pretty, easy to understand. I would love a universal clear song. From what I can see, there is no just universal clear song, which would be great. So you can see I'm having to go here and go to each piece of the kit and clear. Unless I'm missing something, I can't see a clear song. So now we've got a completely clear palette. If I hit play, nothing's playing. Hello, Joe Glenn. If I have missed you, I apologize. So we've hit play now and nothing's happening. Next to the play button, we've got our BPM. Yeah. So I'm going to click the BPM and turn it down because we want to make some doom. You know what? We'll keep it at 110 for now. I'll try something else first. Let's just make it, let's make it 100. Oh, we'll go up to 110. There we go. There we go. So you've got your up and down for BPM, so you can control that here. Then we have these programs. And you can have up to, if we click through these, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I'm not sure how many you can have all up, but it seems like it's going high. And each of these can be song sections, right? So you can see we've got 19. So you can create, so far, it looks like 19 or more programs. And in each program, you can create a guitar, bass, synth, drum. And then if you wanted to do a complete change, you could change the program too, and then create something new, yeah? So there's that. Sample loop up in the top left corner, this lets you record what you've made, and it records a sample for you, and you can decide how many bars you'd like that sample to be recorded, and then you can export that, if you like, into Logic or into GarageBand or wherever you want to export it. Once you sample the loop, here's your playback. So if you want to hear what it sounds like, you hit play and it'll play back your sample. So those 2 sections there. Here's your timing. So we've got set here 110 BPM, and you'll notice you've got time times 2 and time times 4. When nothing is selected, it will play at the 110 BPM, right? But if you select time plus 2, it'll double time that. And if you hit time times 4, it'll quadruple time that. So if you want to get some super fast, really crazy thrash, you can do that as well. So, and if you just click off and have them off, it'll just be the 110 BPM. Along the side here, hello Hugh. I see Hugh here as well. Down the side here, we've got patterns. And that is this section here. This is your pattern section where you're going to create your riffs and your drums and your bass and everything. Down below, we have sound. And here's where all your effects are, right? So these, as you change through the instruments down the bottom, as you can see, I'm clicking down the bottom, you can have different effects on each channel. Hello, Gregory O'Sullivan. So you've got a delay, which is echo. You've got your echo speed. You've got extra distortion on the end. A bit of extra distortion to take it totally Digi-Metal. We've got a detune here. There's a low pass filter, a resonance, a reverb, and you've got these ducking here. So you can choose a track to duck underneath like certain parts. So if it's sounded a bit clogged, you can add some ducking in there as well. And you've even got a swing in here as well. Distortion. Absolutely, man. That's the shit. So this is your effects panel, yeah? And you can individually add effects to each instrument as you like. we've got a mixer here as well. So within this mixer, you've got your panning. Everything's nice and big, you know, nice and big and fun. That's what I like about this app. It's fun, right? Don't take, I know there's going to be people out there going, but it's not AUV3. Relax and just have some fun. Yeah, have some fun. So we've got this little mixer here, and you can individually turn off ducking and stuff down here as well. You can mute each track. Very simple, fun controls. Then we have our utility section. So this is where a lot of stuff I haven't worked out fully yet. So you've got, looks like you've got MIDI in and MIDI out. To enable MIDI, you would have to turn it on over here. So MIDI in and MIDI out. To clear this, you would hit close. You can detect what's connected over here. So you can see I've got things, MIDI controllers connected here. So I could choose my Arturia key step. And you can see, so MIDI out is now connected to that. If I want to get rid of it, I can hit close and it'll clear this out. You can sync the MIDI in or sync the MIDI to MIDI or sync to internal. Now, this is really important, all this stuff down here, yeah? So this is where you decide how much of a sample loop will be recorded. So you can go all the way up to 512 beats, right? Or you can go all the way down to 16 or 8, yeah? So you can go to a bar, you can go up, and this will determine how much of the riff is recorded that you can export into, just a few MIDI controllers connected, Gregory, just a few, just my drum kit, a couple of synths, whatever, it's all good. So yeah, I have this set to normally either 128 or 64, just so I can get enough of the riff to drag over. And then once you've sampled something, you can play it back over here. And when you're ready to go, you just hit audio share, email, or audio copy, and this will export your sample straight into audio share. And then you can send that wherever you want. Yeah. So, and we mentioned at the start these programs. So you've got these programs up here, which are individual sections of songs you can create. You can import programs and export programs down here. So if I make a whole bunch of programs, I could send them to Ed and he could load them up because all the samples are built into this thing. All right, and the last thing is here is save to program. So if we're back here at our patterns, and I make something up here and create some song, I can hit save to program and it'll save it to the program we've got selected. So that's pretty much it. Across the top, we have things like get scale. So if you've put in some music down here and you don't know what scale it's in, you can hit this get scale and it'll tell you what scale you are in. You can paste, copy. You can copy like a section here and paste it in for another instrument. Let's quickly jump over here because we have generators and there's lots. You can generate stuff if you don't want to make music yourself. You can generate it. You've got random scales, arpeggiate a bar, generate this track, generate all tracks. You've got Euclidean riffs, Euclidean scales, Euclidean events, Euclidean steps, Euclidean fill bar true, and you have modifiers. So while a riff is playing, you can shuffle the bars, so you can shuffle everything up. You can rescale all tracks. You can transpose while you're playing live, transpose a bar, transpose up or down, and all tracks. But we'll get into that. So let's generate something quickly. Let's go down here. So generate all tracks, and it'll say, "Are you sure? This modifies all existing tracks and scale in the current project." And you'll notice immediately it's put some things into our little section here. And it's created a scale. So you can see we've got E, G, B, and C. And you can turn these on and off as you like. You can actually turn on notes as you like. But we've got a scale that's been selected here for us. And it's put in some notes here. So if I just, and it's done this for the guitar, second guitar, bass, There's no synth in there, or is there? Let's go back. Yeah, there's some synth in here. Drums and drums. So we've got lots of stuff. Shall we hit play and see what it's done? Digi chug. And I just love how metal's progressed to the point that there are bands that sound like this now because it's fun. So let's speed that up. We'll go ×4. So when I say speed it up, I mean slow down. So you're here now. Everything's so basically it's you've got everything slowed down a little. Let's go to ×2. Let's turn it off. Now pay attention, every time I hit play, you'll see this will start. It'll start over here, but then it'll go off, the little marker will start and then go off the screen and disappear. Right? Where does it go? Right, so let me explain. You'll see across the top here, we have these sections. So we've got 16, 17 to 32, 33 to 48, and 49 to 64. You can actually make riffs a lot longer than just this little bar here, right? So you can see if I click across, we're on the guitar riff here. If I click over here, there's more notes. And if I click over here, there's more notes. And there's more notes. So you can decide if you only want to use a bar or you use the whole lot. And you see, I just double clicked on the last one and it highlighted all of these. So now it's going to play all 4 of these different sections. Let's just go in and to the mixer and we'll mute everything except this guitar track so you can see what's happening. And we'll hit play. So now it's on the second part. And now we've got the third part. Should come back in a second, should it? There you go. And now the fourth part is over here. So you can fully make large scale riffs. So it's pretty cool. And you can do that with all of these. You can go into, say, let's just go back to our mixer and unmute everything. So you might only want to loop the drums once. Yeah, so hopefully you'll understand what I'm saying here. You might just have a bar of drums that just go dun dun tss, dun 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 tss, and you just want them to loop once. Well, you would only just select, double click, and make sure that this section here only plays. Yeah. Or you could have a more complicated drum kit where every, after 2 bars, it changes over here, all right? So there's that. And you can do that with each of the instruments. And you can see when I click through them, so let's go to guitar. You can see all 4 of these. Hello, Abe the Band. You're my featured artist today. We'll be closing the show with you today. And you can see with the second guitar, we've got 2 bars. The bass is just set to 2 bars. Synth is only 1. Drums is set to 1, I think, here, and here 4. But that could be, let's go here. So now when we go back and play, now at any time we can jump into our generators and hit generate all tracks. And we should have generated a track now. Let's jump back over here. And we didn't. Let's go over here, generate all tracks. Generate all tracks. Let's slow it. So the thing you need to remember too with this is when you are on an individual track here, whatever you change timing wise, so if I go in here and change this bass to ×4, which is going to slow it down, and go into these drums and change this to 4, and go into this guitar and change this to 2, these are now, we've got all the instruments are running at different times, right? So now if I hit play, all right, let's clear these out and go through some random scales. So we'll go through some of these things here because trust me, it gets better. If I hit random scale, you'll see over here to the side, our entire scale has changed. So we've got now C, B, A, G, E, F. Hit a random scale again, and we've got a new scale, new scales. So you can change and get a random scale or build your own scales. You can add your own notes back in just by clicking. Yeah, and then if I hit generate all tracks, so you can do all of that. We've got an arpeggiate bar. So here, if I hit arpeggiate, what are we on? We're on the guitar here. Let's go back to our mixer and mute everything so you can just hear what's going on with the guitar. So let's play this. And we'll arpeggiate it. We'll do it again. Let's generate. So you can do individual, you can generate individual tracks, you can arpeggiate, and we have Euclidean riffs here as well. So what Euclidean riffs do up here, see the top, this only allows you to have these notes that are lit up be played in the song. So even though these notes are selected here, you'll notice they're not playing all of the notes. So you can do that as well. You can create Euclidean scales. And so forth. Now you've got modifiers over here. So if we hit play, you can shuffle. And you'll see everything's been shuffled up now. You can rescale. we can transpose so we transpose up twice, we can transpose down. We can transpose all tracks up and down as well. All right, let's clear these out. Let's clear the tracks. So again, I wish there was a just clear all. That would be super, or maybe there is. Maybe if you hold it down, I don't know. I can't see a clear all. So you still have to go through and hit clear track, clear track. And let's start building something from scratch and show you how to insert stuff yourself. Alrighty. Now, on each of these tracks, I'm going to make sure that we have just our single bar selected. And to do that, just double click on it. So now it's selected as a single bar. Double click. Just make sure they're all single bars. This one's set to 4 there. Let's make sure synth is done. Drums. Because we just want to focus on 1 bar here. Yep. And we're all good. So let's show you how to insert things. I'm going to open up all of the notes here to play with. So I'm just going to click them all. We have all notes ready to play. I'm going to activate all notes across here. So we're all good. And we have a full palette to play with. Okay. So we'll start with the electric guitar. Across the top here, you have add, erase, power, and bend. When you're selected to add, you can add a note. Let's add an E. There is our E that has been added. If we hit play, so that's just that 1 bar, just repeating, yeah? So there we go. There's our first note. Let's slow this down a bit. We'll do it ×2. Let's put in our next note. So we'll do an A, keep it simple, and we'll do a G. Now notice when I put these in, the colors are different. Right now the colors represent the heaviness of how it's being played, especially with guitars. So when it's at this color here, right, we are at a full open chord. Here is a chug. So let me play it. Now to change the power of these, this is your power button. You can go in here and you can bring this up. So there's 3 types of power. Let's bring these bottom 2 down and hit play and see how powerful these are now. Yeah. Thank you, Andy. So an even more muted sound there, but if we bring this up to the 3rd highest, yeah, which should be full plays. So we can go in here and we can add extra distortion. We can add some reverb. Okay, so if I want to stretch this out and make the riff a little bit more interesting, we can select our second part here and go back to the E. So we'll go back to add and hit an E. And what do? We'll do a B. Does that work? There. And we'll add our power. Make sure this is nice and powerful. And then all I need to do is double click, and this is going to play both of these sections together. So let's play it. In fact, let's chug these. Okay, so now we've got that little section, so that's going for 2. We've got our second section here, which is our second guitar. So we've selected this. Hello, Gary Hubs. What's going on? Let's go into our mixer, and we'll unmute the second guitar, and we'll mute that first one so you can hear exactly what sounds these do. And let's follow the same pattern. So we're on our second guitar, and we'll do an E. Oops. We'll do an E. And what was it? We did a A and G. Just keeping it nice and simple. Let's hear what this does. So because it's a second guitar, what it's trying to do, so with the power here, if we go 3 bars, we're getting a solitary note, but on the 2 bars of power, we're getting like a harmony of the chug. So we'll take these both up to 3 power, and then we'll go to our second section and mimic what we had for the other riff. Let's do that. So we got a E, and what was it? I think I had a C and an A. And we'll bring the power up for all of these to 3. So they're all notes. We'll do the same here. Yep, they're all done. And now we'll link these together and hit play. But it gets better because you can add bends to this. We've got a little bend section. We can add powerful bends, and we'll go over to this one, and we'll add some bends to this as well. We'll use the 3. Make sure these are selected. Wicked. Let's bring in our other guitar. It's like having 15th bend, a digital 15th bend, isn't it? Hey, Dragon, Classy Diamond Art. Let's try the power. Let's change the bends. So if you go down with the bends here, they're only slight. So we'll go and change these. Let's go in and change these down to a 1 bar. Yeah, we hit play. So they're only slight now. Let's change the power of these. So when you're down to 1 power, you get these little harmonics. Little palm muted harmonics.
So much fun. All right, let's go over to the bass. Let's hear what we can do with the bass. So we'll go over to our bass here. We'll mute everything except the bass, and we'll show you what bass sounds we've got in here. We'll follow the bass here. So we've got to go to add, and we'll draw in some bass. So we'll do a chug, and you can see I'm just going to keep it along these lines like this. And then we've got our A. We'll do an A in there as well. So we're following the beat along here. Make sure this is ×2 as well, because everything else is ×2. We've got a G and G. And we'll go to our second part here. E, 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 E. We've got a C, C, and A, A. So now, if we play this, and the power is currently set to 2. What's really cool, if we add this to 3, you get a slap. More of a thump. So we'll make sure all of these are nice and thumpy. And if you take it down to 1, you'll get more of a muted. So you're starting to see where we're going with this, yeah? So we've got synth. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to clear these out. Give me a sec. You'll thank me in a minute. We'll just clear all these out, make sure they're cleared. Let's clear this bass. And I'm just going to go with a single bar for each of these. Clear. Let's go with a single. We'll keep it a little bit simpler. Let me put in these notes again. So we'll go guitar, 1, A, and I'm just going to keep it like this. Make sure the power is all high. So there's our guitar riff. Let's go into track 2 and add our E, A, and G. Make sure these are all powerful, and we'll add some bends. We're going to do the bass again now. E, we're going to hit add, E, 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 A, G, G. Give them lots of power. So 3 power bars for each. And it's good that you can mix up all the power and get different accentuation with your bass sounds. So, you know, you can really get that popping, make it sound like it's doing slap bass. Let's hear this. Cool. Let's head over to our mixer and we'll
unmute the synth and let's put in some synth sounds. Make sure our synth is set to ×2 or it's going to be playing at a different speed, right? So we'll put in our synth, add note, E, we'll do an A, and we'll do a G and hit play and hear what this sounds like. And as you change the power, you'll get different synth sounds. What I do love about this, and I know for audio files you're going, I can hear like digital pops in there and stuff. But that's what's fun. It's so digital, man. It's just wicked. I've been playing along, Jade, but my arm is tired. I don't think I can continue with all this playing. You think I'd be tired too? Falcro, look, there's never enough time to play with yourself, all right? I can't state that enough. Now, if you need to erase notes, there is an erase button here, yeah? So you could click on the erase and just erase your notes. So really easy to erase notes, add notes back. Let's go back to our A up here, make sure the power's up high. We'll keep this synth. So if we bring everything back in, we're starting to build something. But we're definitely lacking some drums, aren't we? So let's mute all of these and start with our drums. It's time to do some drums. So if we click on drums, make sure we're set to ×2 for this particular track. Here are our drums. And you'll notice here, it changes here from notes to instruments. Bass drum 2, snare drum 2, RS, I don't know what RS, overhead, open hat, closed hat, crash, ride. So we've got a whole bunch of drums here. So let's do a basic kick, snare. Let's just hit play. We'll do a snare in here. We'll do one here like this. All right. So here's why there's 2 drum tabs. I can't put a hat over the top of this. If I put a hat here, it deletes the kick drum, right? So we'll go back and put that bass drum there. And in the second part, this is where we can put our hats. Once we unmute this track. Rim shot. Yeah. Absolutely. Rim shot. Now there's a fair bit of reverb on this, so let's go over to drum 1. What have we got for the sounds? We've got a bit of echo on there. Got some reverb. So now we're just hearing the second drum. Let's see what all these other instruments are. We'll put in a few different ones. Nice. Okay, so I like this. Let's say we like this. We've got a good mix here. We've got enough effects on it. Everything seems good. We're set to this this little section, this one bar here, just going over and over. How do I get this over into something like GarageBand or into Logic and start messing with it? Well, this is where you would head over to your utility section, and I've got it set to 64 bars. So it's going to record a loop of 64 bars of this particular riff. Now, there's multiple ways you can do this. You could go in and solo and mute each track and just solo the guitar and then sample it into and then split up all the tracks, or you could just do it as one. So we'll show you both ways. Hello, Al Davis music. So let's go back to our patterns, and we're on the drums here. So we're all good. All I need to do now is hit sample loop, and it'll sit there waiting to sample. So it's flashing, waiting to go. And now I'm going to hit play. And once this light goes off, it's sampled the loop. It's done. So now it has sampled that whole section. So if I want to hear that, I can hit playback loop. And there's our loop. Now we head down to utility, and here's where it's in the memory. So all I need to do is hit audio share, and there's our loop. There it is, ready to go. I can hit loop here in audio share. So now I could import that into Logic, and we can then in Logic start looping that, and there's our first riff, and start building from there. We might want to go back over here to pUnKGeN, and we'll change up the hats and stuff. So if we go back to patterns, over to our second bit here, let's delete some of these. They're a bit crazy. Get rid of all of this nonsense in here. And we'll change these to, what do we change them to? Go back to add, and we'll change these to a ride. Now you notice when I play this all back as well, our ride is playing heaps fast. Because our ride is set to a different speed to everything else. So if I hit 2 times, it's going to slow it down. Or if we slow it way down, so I kind of like that, but let's go in and change those kick drums and take out some of those kicks and make it a bit less, because we're doing double kicks there. Yeah, Thomas. So that is the only way you'd be able to do that until I work out exactly how to send the Midi kind of thing. So now if we play this back, Okay, I like that. I'm going to sample it. Let's sample the whole thing. Hit play. Done. Let's head over to our utility and hit audio share and send that over. So now we've got two riffs. I don't think so, Leela. I looked into it, but this has no host, so you can't actually add KQ to this. Yeah, so you can't. I tried that, but no, you can't add KQ because it's a standalone. It doesn't work, unfortunately. Does the bend button do anything to the drums? Let's have a look. We can look into that. Yeah, we can do whatever we want. Let's mute. Go back over here. Let's see what it does to the drums. So we'll solo these drums because we didn't look at the power either, what the power does to the drums. So let's go in here and change the power first to 2 and hit play. So a much softer drum. Compared to more powerful. The bend, let's see if it does anything. Doesn't seem to. Doesn't seem to do anything. There you go. Okay, we can go in and create a different riff now. We can virtually do whatever we want. We can even take this whole riff and slow it all the way down. So we could go in and take each track and turn it into a ×4. Let's do that. I'm just clicking through the parts and changing them all to ×4. So now we get... So really wicked how you can go in there and fully just using these times buttons and getting a completely different kind of sound. But remember also, let's just sample this for now. So because we've got the utility set to 64 bars, but we've slowed this right down, we're only getting that riff through once. So if we wanted to get it through twice, we could just double it here. Just double this. We'll sample this loop again. Done. Let's send this out as well to audio share. We're starting to build a song, I guess. Let's create a new project in Logic, shall we? Create an audio track. And we want to swipe up from the bottom and open our Files app over here to the side and bring in these 3 riffs. So we'll use that last one we did. So there's that. Now we can, now here's the thing. I'm going to delete this because I made a mistake, yeah? You need to make sure that your BPM is set to the same thing. So I think our BPM was set to 100. What were we? 110 we're set to. So we're going to make sure in Logic we're set to 110. And then import these files. And now I can click on this and I can loop it by clicking the loop button in Logic. We can loop this out. There we go. We can take the second file, which was this one, bring this in here. Again, we'll loop this out. And then we'll take that third one, which was the first one we did, and loop this sucker too. And we should have the beginning of a song. And we'll go ahead and just add a vocal track just for fun. Make sure my vocals are connected. I'm going to go input 2. We'll add some reverb to these vocals, a bit of black hole, and turn the size down. Grab a spare microphone over here. I just happen to have one sitting here, don't I? Make sure it's working. Yo, hello. Yes. And we'll put a count in at the start. We can put a loop on this now, can't we? Well, what do you know? That sounded pretty fun, didn't it? Oh, man. Good fucking times, man. Good times. Super easy to throw something together. Plus, as I said, so you can go in here and really split things up. So let's do a little bit of that. We'll jump out of this project here and we'll shut down Logic for a second. And let's, I don't know, we'll try doing something chuggy. So now that we have all this, I'm going to save this to program. And if I hit play, I think that's how you do it. So I'm not sure exactly how that works to save the program. Again, maybe if I have a look, can we have a look at the instructions? I tell you what, I wish they were better. I'm going to do a search for save to program. Where are we? Generate all tracks, patterns, generate all tracks, Euclidean riffs, get scale. So if using 2 times mode, here we go, let's cover this one. If using 2 times mode, this would be the equivalent of a quaver, an eighth. Get scale retrieves the notes used in the track that creates the scale and then can be used in other tracks or other programs. Get riff retrieves the pattern in the current bar, set the riff markers so you can use that to generate or modify another bar to fit that riff. So we'll try that out in a second. Arpeggiate, I'm just trying to find, where is this sample loop, BPO, yes, that's background, running in the background. I'm just looking for all the capital letters, all the capital stuff, Euclidean, generators, transpose. Because remember, we can transpose this as well. So if we wanted to change, you can export the program utility, save to, here we go. These can be accessed using PRG cursor buttons. You can also save specific locations with save to function note, which means it's already occupied in the memory. So yeah, let's jump back over here. And you can see this program is now saved. Let me show you that. If I jump over and hit plus to program 2 and hit play, oh, why is it not working? There we go. There we go. It's because I got this info. Let's go over here. Patterns. So now if I go over here to pattern 2 and hit play, why is that happening? I don't know why that's happening. Hit, it's because I probably hit save. I'm going to clear all, should I clear all this out? Because it worked last night. Again, it's normally you can set different patterns in here. So I must have done something wrong. I think I saved to program, so I could have fucked that up. I'm going to go over here to this bass riff and hit get riff and see what this does. So this removes parts of this bass here. If we play this, right, I see what it's doing. So again, I'm going to have to get my head around all this. It's super, you know, it is what it is, guys. Let's try going over to program 2. Let's make sure all these are clear. Oh, so they are clear. Yeah, I just needed to go in and... So, yeah, there we... Oops, clear. Drums. Make sure these are clear in program 2. Clear. Cool. So everything's clear here, but if I bounce back, hopefully... No, did that not work? It didn't work. Oh, yeah. So there is a bit of an issue I've found. Here we go. So we found a little bug here. When I'm... bouncing back and forward between programs, it's still playing the program. Oh no, there it is. So yeah, that looks like there's a little graphical bug there, jumping between programs. If we go to program 2, oops, and hit a different synth, that's where everything disappears. So you actually have to hit an instrument for it to be clear. So now we're playing program 2. There's no sound. If we bounce to program 1 while it's playing, maybe. There we go. I tell you what would be really cool, muting these guitars and just getting that bass riff going. And saving that for a part of the song. Going into the synth and changing the power. Nice. Let's sample that now. Sample this loop. Before I do that, We're going to go to utility. We're just going to turn this down to 64. In fact, let's do that again. We'll keep it at 128. Sweet. So we'll export this as well now. Over to audio share. So we've got that nice little breakdown. Let's try doing something chuggier. So we'll head over to program 2, where we've got this blank space, and we'll turn off the ×4. We don't want ×4 on anything here. We want everything as fast as we can get it. And we'll try doing some chugs. Hi, Chad. Let's just do some E chugs. So we've got our E. I'm going to do some chug-a-lugs. So I'm just putting in some E's. We'll change the power to chuggers. Let's see what this sounds like. Maybe. We may be muted. All right, let's add in, see if we can get some skipping in there, some gallops. Can we do that? Just didn't mean to do that. Let's go back to our guitar here. I'm going to erase this here. We're going to put this E note in here, this little bend, and we'll make it powerful, yeah? All right, let's do a sample of this. And we'll export this over to audio share. And let's bring these in now. We'll open Logic back up. We're starting to get an E chug. All right, so we got these two new riffs in here. Let's bring in the mellow one first. So we'll do the breakdown. And then we'll bring in the fast one. There we go. We'll extend this out. So you see with this, there's a little bit of a thing at the end there. Let's see, can I edit this? Because it's not kicking right off on the beginning of that note. Can we do that? And does it affect the end of the riff? Let's see, can I extend this out? No, I can't. So that's a little thing. In fact, so there's a little issue there. Now, what I did to fix this last time is, I'm just going to say it. There's some little issues with this thing. It's not absolutely perfect, and it is what it is. If we head back over here to the programs, patterns. Right, so I just remade that, and I'm going to resend this to audio share, and let's see how it actually got the riff better timed. So that first version of the bass one had that extra bit at the start. So I guess it's a little bit of trial and error. Let's head back over here, and we'll re-add this middle section with this new riff we just added, and let's see if it fits better. Yeah, that looks heaps better. Just for the change. Much better. So I noticed that last night when I was playing around with it. Sametimes when you export the riff, there's a little bit of tiny little bit of gap there. So if you get that, just go back and re-sample it. So that's much better, and it should go into this next riff better. This is crazy. I think this is, overall, this is just fun, isn't it? And that's the most important thing about music, I think, is that you're having fun. And you can also, if you're really, upset with the way the riffs kind of bleed into each other, you could always get around that by adding in something like, I don't know, let's add a guitar, let's add a MIDI track in here. And yeah, it's a pretty sick app for $4, man. It's ludicrous. And we could go in here even and add a drum kit, right? Let's go into our drums here in Logic. Choose a acoustic drum kit. Yeah, and we'll choose like the Sunset kit. Yeah, we'll drag that in. And if you're really upset about those changes, see that little digital mishap there, which is a little bit short. What is that? See, there we go. Now it's a little bit short. I'm going to try importing it again. Sometimes just the import doesn't work properly. Let's bring this in here. Oh, man, I hate that. Let's shrinky dink. Sometimes when you loop, there we go. Let's bring that in there. See if that was a bit tighter. Yeah, see, that one's right. That one's much better. I probably just dragged it short. But what you can do is if you don't like these little digital changes in here, you could go in here and draw in a note. So I'm on this drum track. Let's create a MIDI region. And then we'll go in and edit it. We'll find a symbol. Where's our symbol? Do I have my keyboard on? What am I doing? What am I doing? Get it together, dickhead. Let's just hit delete. Let's do that. So we'll go in here, hit record. Did that work? Or was I short? Let's go in here, delete this. Zoom out a bit and hit record. There we go. Now we obviously have to bring down the volume of this particular clip. You can see it's a little bit loud. So what I would do is probably duplicate this whole track. Then drag this particular one down. Drop the volume a bit. Here we go. Let's edit this. Make sure this symbol hits right on the note. Delete all this crap. And I mean, this is where you get to have some fun and build your song. But you see where I'm heading with this. I'm a little bit obsessed with this thing too. I'm obsessed with this. It's good fun. All right, what do we do to... So we've got a bit of a riff here. Let's add some more vocals in just for fun. We'll set record here for our vocals. Grab a mic. Hello, hello. Yes. Let's add some vocals. Oh. you go. Nice. Yeah, I am too, Greg. Let's scoot back over to the here. So here's our patterns page. I'm going to try and find. Get rid of this mic here. So again, there's not much here to go with the MIDI stuff. So we've got everything in bold, export. I mean, I've gone over this already. Anything that modifies the mixer sound page. You can also use MIDI to sync to or from, as well as Ableton Link. It also sends MIDI note data out to respective MIDI channels. Now, I tried this and didn't have any success with Logic, but I'm sure you'd be able to do it with something like AUM, because AUM has much better MIDI capabilities. We can go in here and set a Ableton Link on. Ableton Link, start, stop, head over here to this. And what we should see now is in our utilities, when we detect MIDI out, so we've got AUM down here. We've got AUM, we've got Logic Virtual In, then we've got this Metallicatron Virtual In. Hi, Heather. AUM. So essentially, I'm experimenting as this is, so I'm not, and you know, I'm shit with MIDI anyway. MIDI. What am I looking for? I'm looking for something like helium. So is it going to work if we go record, sync? Now we should be able to go over here to this and turn on Ableton Link. So at least we've got everything linked. So it's connected. Or is it connected to Logic? I don't think it's connected to AUM. But I don't know what, I guess it's listening to all MIDI. So we've got it connected at least, right? I'm just not sure about if you would have to select individual parts of it. MIDI out, detect, AUM, enable output. Look at that. See? But what's it actually? So it's sending the MIDI to, I don't know what it's sending. It's sending all the MIDI at the moment. So drums, bass, the synth. So there you go. So I'm sure there's an absolute way you could do this into Logic, clearly. If we delete this, let's jump back over here. Flawless victory. So yeah, to do that, let's show you how I did that. So we chose AUM for this, and I hit detect to detect the output, and you have to enable the output for the notes to be able to get sent. Same with the enable input. So you could use, I'm assuming you could detect my Arturia key step and hit enable, and we could probably use my keyboard. Yeah, we could use my Arturia to trigger stuff. I'm assuming, but you know, we are running out of time, so I guess it's $4. You can play around with it, do whatever you want, man. So there's our MIDI, and to turn off, let me show you both screens here. We can close to disconnect. Let's see if we just go in and to our patterns here. We'll go into our mixer, and let's see if we can just get the bass, yeah, over to AUM. So basically, we're set to record here. Let's go back to the start. Oops. We want to stop. Oh, the host is in control. Cool, cool, cool. Let's draw this in here. So essentially, I should be able to hit play and record. There you go. And now you could, you could use anything with this. You could put any bass sound you want to this. So not only can you export samples, you can export MIDI straight in as well and create your digi tones that way. So you could take the, I just muted everything over there. So I just muted the bass there. You could do the same thing with the drums, all that kind of stuff. And again, even if you, let's just turn off the MIDI for now, enable, we'll close this. So even if you just wanted to record certain parts of this track, so let's do that. Let's go over to the mixer and just have the guitar track. I'll mute all of these. And then you could just import each individual track. So if we hit sample loop, and now save that to audio share, and you could just record each track individually. Now we could go back. Let's take just the bass now, and we'll sample that. Done. Export. See you later, Pagan Song. Thanks for hanging out. So there's our bass. So if you really want to break all this up, it's very easy to do. Again, back into our mixer. Let's do both of the drums together so we can get both of these in. Head over to our patterns and hit sample loop. Wicked. And again, if we start a new project over here in Logic, brand new project, audio, we want 3 audio tracks, don't we? We want to duplicate, drag in these. So we'll do our drums first. Drums, bass, guitar. Nice. Pretty sweet. Yeah, we can select all of these now, can we? And then hit loop. We should be able to, oh no, we can only loop one at a time. Let's just do a for loop, shall we? For each of these. Easy to loop. Boom, 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 boom. Let's add some vocals, shall we? Just for a bit of shits and giggles. We'll do some obituary kind of vocals, yeah? For fun. All right, let's add Altetha as a reverb. Listen to that reverb. We'll do some obituary kind of stuff. Give it a count in. Now, you'll notice. I think we're all good here. Let's try this. Let's retake that. So there you have it. If you want to make metal, and it doesn't have to be super digital sounding, you can actually get something that doesn't sound too digital. You could even just take the guitars out and then use the drums or something in, take the bass, just use the drums here in Logic. Lots of ideas to come from a $4 app. $4. I mean, when I saw it, it was a no-brainer. It was like, even if this sucks, right, it's $4. So, again, you can copy and paste bars here. So let's cover that just quickly. So we're on bar 1. I can copy this bar, go to bar 2 here, and paste that bar in. So now we've got it spread across the 2 bars. We can go in here and paste it across 4 bars, paste it across 5 bars, and then you can link all these together by clicking on that last one. And now they're all together. Pretty wicked stuff. And don't forget also, you could get right in here and fuck with this BPM and really doom this shit up. Take off all the time here, and so we're still MIDI synced. So you've got so many options. We could take this even slower. I mean, how low can we bring down this BPM? Low. Wow, you can do some ultra doom. Cathedral on heroin. Or you can make it go crazy. Let's make it go as fast as we can. Let's pump up the BPM before we get out of here. He's going to play Abe to get out of here. Today, Abe the Band is our featured artist. Let's go with this. Transpose on the fly. Oh man, I love I love where we're at with music these days. $4, man, and I can just have tits out fun. That's what I'm calling this app. Heavy metal tits out fun. Good times. There you go, folks. Wicked little app there for $4, did I say? Ridiculously cheap. Yeah, $4 US. Jump over here. $4, $3.99. Grab it, have some fun, make something cool and release it. Why not? All right. What do we got coming up tomorrow? Then we'll jump into today's featured artist. Let's come back over to me for a second. Tomorrow we're doing some more metal. Oh, my camera's frozen. What's going on? Hang on a minute. What happened there? I'm frozen. I'm in a frozen moment. Let me fix myself. I've disappeared. What happened? Where'd my camera go? Hello? Hello? Let me check what's going on with my camera. It's this one, isn't it? Sorry, guys. I've had a moment. I've disappeared. Let's see if I can bring myself back. I don't know what happened there. Why my camera disappeared. That's new. Am I back? No, I've lost. Oh, hey, what's going on? Something happened. Wow, my camera's gone all weird. What is going on with my camera? Whoa. Let me hit my reset here. What's going on? This is new. Hello? Bizarre. Something's going on with my computer. It's having a moment. Let's deactivate, see if we can go and bring it back. Wow, I've gone completely bright. It's like it's reset all of my camera features here. Let me see what's going on. Let me jump over to this camera. I'm going to have to investigate a little bit further. Oh, there we go. But something's going on. Everything's gone all sluggish on my computer. So maybe I need a reboot. Maybe that's what I need. Yeah. Odd stuff. Odd stuff. All right. So I'm still jittery for some reason, but that doesn't matter because tomorrow we have coming up on the show, we're taking a look at this. See, my camera's fine here, but over here it's fine. Oh, no, it's all normal now. Wicked. Okay, so tomorrow we're taking a look at the new Nembrini Cali Access. So a little bit more metal yesterday. Tomorrow, yesterday. I don't even know what I'm saying. Fucking who cares? Tomorrow we're looking at this. Anyway, let's jump over to our featured artist because he's awesome. This is Abe the Band. This is called Civilizations. Do the things that make you happy. Mistakes make you better. And we'll all rise together. And I'll see you tomorrow. Let's do it, Abe. The band is fucking awesome. Let's go now. Maybe if everything's working. I love technology. Bye. Johns is up next, folks. I'm going to dump you over there. He's got GarageBand Weekly. I'll see you over there. Thanks for hanging out. See you tomorrow. Bye.